Hello and welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy. This is our last alternate using the Daisy Daydream Paper Pumpkin kit. And I am moving completely away from the yellows in the kit. And I'm really focusing on Berry Burst. I'm going to do a Z-fold card. I'm going to talk about the pieces. And I have all the dimensions written down here. Not sure if you can read them or not, but they're written down. I'll go through them. So the card front, what you do, or the card base, sorry, you take your paper, your 8.5 by 11, and you cut it at 4 1/4 longwise. And then you score at 5 1/2 and again at 2 3/4, because 2 3/4 is half of 5 1/2. So that's your Z-fold card base. And then for the card front, I've cut a Berry Burst that is 4 1/4 by 3. And a basic white that is 4 by 2 3/4, so it will sit down on the front like that. Now, to decorate our card base, we need some basic white that we're going to stamp, almost like a one-sheet wonder, but it's just, I've cut the pieces already, and I'll show you why when I get to this piece. So we need 2 pieces that are 2 1/2 by 4. So 2 1/2 by 4 times 2 pieces that go here, and then 1 5 1/4 by 4 that will go in like this. So I need to decorate these pieces first. So I'm just going to move this off to the side, so when I can't find it later, you can all shout out, it's on your right. So I'm being funny, never mind. So I have got the greeting, the sweetest birthday wishes, and I've got one of the banners from the set. So now this is a different color than the basic white, but I'm hoping by the time I get to the end, it won't matter. So we're just gonna go with it for now. So that's what I'm gonna do. First of all, I'm just going to stamp that. So let's move that out of the way and not put our thumb in the ink. There we go. And we're just going to stamp this down. Sweetest birthday wishes. I'm gonna pop that down like that. There we go. So we've got our sweetest birthday wishes. I love how crisp the font is on these. And having it italicized just adds that little extra jump. So I am going to use some smoky slate. And I'm going to use the honeycomb stamp. And I'm going to use the outline stamp. And I'm going to use the bumblebee outline stamp. So I'm just going to pull this back in so that I can... So I've got somewhere to stamp. So I'm just going to pop all of these over here for now. And these are here for a reason, and I've got my blending brush out with my Berry Burst, so I know you know what I'm going to do with these. Okay, so I'm going to take my smoky slate, and I am going to ink it up, and I'm going to stamp away. So I'm getting kind of second value on here, or second generation, or it's, as I said before, it's called all kinds of different things. So I'm just going to come in like this, just create a bit of a pattern on these pieces. So just like that. And then we'll do the same thing on the other piece. Like this. I'm not entirely sure what's wrong with my voice today, but it is very, very croaky. So I apologize if the sound quality is bad. It is not your device. It is, in fact, me. So we're going to just pop this down here like this. Okay, now we're going to come to this piece. This is going on the inside of the card, so we're going to want space to write our greeting, kind of this half, because this half will be covered up when the card is closed. So I'm only going to decorate this side. So we're going to come in again, second value. There we go. Okay. Now, remember I did those in second value, so I'm going to come in with the honeycombs. Just making sure I'm picking up some ink. Yes. And I'm doing full value. Just adding a little bit of detail and dimension to what we're doing here. Okay, so I'm going to come in and do these pieces. Just again, adding that level of detail. Now doing this, I'm thinking I almost need to do the bumblebees, I think, in basic gray, just so they show up, because I think we're going to lose the detail in them. Because as you see, I'm already losing a bit of the detail as we go into the previously stamped area. So I'm just going to get out my basic gray to do the bumblebees. Okay, so got the bumblebee going on. Let's just do a test stamp. Oh, and that'll show up nicely. Okay, so I'm just going to pop the bumblebees down, and they do really jump because they are darker color, but that is okay. So let's do that. We're going to add some bumblebees to this one, like that. And then we're going to add some bumblebees to this one. There we go. And it's okay if you go over the halfway mark. It's not a big deal. Okay, so that's got those stamped. Now, this is where the magic happens. I'm going to take my Berry Burst, and I am going to blending brush my flowers. So I'm just going to take them and add that color to them. So the little ones can be just a little bit lighter. I'm going to do the big ones that little bit darker. And of course, trying to hold on to the little ones while you're doing this. Okay, there we go. Now, let's come back in and do the larger flowers. And with these, really, it's okay if there's a couple of little, like if there's a difference in color, because flowers can have variation in them. So I'm just coming around, adding that color in. So, whoops. So these become, you know, well, I guess there are some pinkish colored daisies, but more of a single bloom aster. You could layer these up and make them like asters if you wanted. Okay, so we've done that bit. So let's go ahead and build our card. So I'm pulling my card base back in. There we go. And I am going to add in my inside piece like this. There we go. And I could have come over a little bit further, but that's okay. Most of this is going to be covered up by the card front. Okay. So let's go ahead and add these in here. There we go. And then this one. Like this. Now, if you did this as a one sheet wonder and stamped the whole thing and then cut it apart, you'd end up with like the continuation of the pattern. I didn't do that, so that's not the way it's going to look, but you can do it that way. I just thought it might be quicker just to pre-cut the pieces. So now let's bring in our card front. So what I want to do with this, I'm having a think now because I'm building on the fly, and I know some of you like to see the process and some of you prefer not to. But for Paper Pumpkin Week, I do kind of just follow the flow around. So maybe what I'll do is I'm going to add, I think, on this, I'm going to take a blending brush and I'm just going to add some smoky slate around the edges. Now that will help tie in the grayness of this, of the greeting, and it will also help fill in some color because this is really, really stark against everything else. And if I use the gray, it will blend in to everything else, and it won't upstage the flowers. Because my concern was if I bring in the Berry Burst, then it will kind of affect how much you see the flowers. Now, I'm not sure I've got much color on here, so I look and there you can see it's much grayer tone now. So I'm just going to come in again, let's really ink that up and really add some detail and some dimension to this. There we go. So I'm just going to come in, and if you're blending, you can always start out light and add more color. So that is blended, just to take the crispness of the white off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add this right now to the mat. And again, this piece is 4 by 2 3/4. The berry burst is 4 1/4 by 3. So we're just going to line that up as I always do, equal top, bottom, and side. And when you drop it down, if you don't let go of it when you drop it down, it will go down evenly. So we're just going to peel that apart and do that again. So equal top, bottom, and side, don't let go. And there we go. That's a lot better. Lots better-ish. Okay, so now when I put this on, it kind of blends a little bit better, and it actually makes it a little brighter because the background is darker. So I am going to dimensionalize this piece. And we're going to pop this down like this. If you've got some white ribbon, you could color it with your blends and make it the berry burst. I'm not going to do that, basically just for time. Like, I've spent a lot of time on this video already, and you all are waiting to see if you can get a new cup of coffee going on. But we're just going to pop this down like this. There we go. And now we can start adding our flowers around. So I'm going to dimensionalize the flowers. And then just keep adding them around, and then we'll add it to the card front. So I'm going to pop that down like that, keeping in mind that I can go over the edge because my card front is the middle of the card. So I'm going to, as I say, just keep adding these in. And if you haven't got enough of these daisies left to do this, you could absolutely do the same thing with your cheerful daisies or another floral set that you've got. Pop this one down here like this, and then we're going to pull this one in here, because I think I'm going to pop this one down over here like this, and then these two little ones. So I'm going to pop this one up over here like this one will go here like this, and then these little ones will just pop around. We'll see where they go. And because I'm dimensionalizing everything, the whole front of this card will just pop. Okay, so if I pop this one down like this, then I can put just tuck that one in like that. I do have some white space over here, and that's fine. So now I need to mount this to the card. So I am going to just put adhesive on this side, just like that. Okay, and then we're going to line this up so we're in the center of the card and we're straight, and we'll push that down. So then when we open this up, it's almost like a full card front here, and you've still got room to write in here. Now, I'm not sure if this needs bling or not, so let's have a look and see what I've got for bling that I can use. Oh, I've got some of these, and these are the, I think these are the tinsel gems. So yes, this is the tinsel gem 3-pack, and I actually already have some gems colored, so I will use those ones. And we're just going to pick this up, and I can pop one down there, one up here, and then maybe what we'll do with this one is just pop it over here. So what that does is it draws interest to the middle, and it also reflects the colors. So that is our final alternate card using the Daisy Daydream Paper Pumpkin kit. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this series, and let's create together again soon.